Hello fight fans, thanks for joining us at MMA Insider. Before we get rolling with today's news, show some love by hitting that like button and subscribing. Now let's uncover the latest happenings in MMA. Starting off, Dana White strongly implies Ilia Topuria versus Alexander Volkanovski 2 is next. Lastly, Israel Adesanya responds to UFC 308 call-out from Shara Magomedov. UFC CEO Dana White admits it's hard to not give Alexander Volkanovski another opportunity to defeat Ilia Topuria. Once Ilia lived up to his word by knocking Max Holloway out in the third round, he and Alexander exchanged pleasantries. It looked as though the UFC was prepping for a rematch between the two. As it turns out, that is the plan. UFC CEO Dana White was asked by media members what's next for Ilia post-UFC 308. It appears the answer is clear when you listen to what White had to say. Volkanovski's one of those guys. We're not going to say no to Volkanovski. He's been that guy for us anytime we needed him. He's been on this run like Israel Adesanya and like Alex Pereira is on right now. When things don't go our way and you've got to call a guy, Volkanovski has always been that guy. He really was. For him to ask for it, I don't think anybody in this room is going, oh, this is ridiculous or crazy. Who wouldn't want to see it again? Ilia shared his belief that Volkanovski deserves a title rematch. The UFC wouldn't exactly be short on options even without Volkanovski. Diego Lopes was in attendance for UFC 308. He served as a backup option if anything were to go awry with the headliner. If needed, the fast-rising 145-pounder could be called upon. UFC star Israel Adesanya has responded to being called out by Shara Magomedov at UFC 308 this past weekend. As we know, Israel Adesanya is one of the biggest stars in all of mixed martial arts. Some have disputed that this is still the case after 2 straight losses, but Israel is still an incredibly popular figure within the sport. Now it's just a case of building himself back up at middleweight in an attempt to regain the throne. On Saturday night, we saw an emerging middleweight contender compete in the form of Shara Magomedov. He battled it out with Armen Petrosyan at UFC 308, coming out on top with an absolutely insane spinning back fist knockout. After the contest, he actually called out Adesanya on the microphone. In response, Israel had the following to say in a lighthearted moment: "Keep my name out your mouth. What the did I do? Why he say for?" There's no denying that this would be an absolutely phenomenal fight to watch. Unfortunately for fight fans, it doesn't feel particularly likely, at least not straight away. Adesanya is likely going to be given someone who is higher up in the rankings, and for Magomedov, it seems as if the promotion wants to slowly ease him into the top 15 mix before really seeing if he can explode into life. Either way, there's plenty to get excited about at 185 pounds. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Your dedication and support fuel our passion to bring you the latest and greatest in the MMA world. If you enjoyed today's news, please give us a thumbs up and share it with fellow MMA fans. Remember to subscribe to stay in the loop with daily MMA updates. We've got a lot of exciting news, interviews, and analysis coming your way every single day. Your engagement helps us grow and serve the MMA community even better. Once again, thank you for being an integral part of our daily MMA journey.